Doubleheaders can be a little tricky, but you guys obviously found a way to come back and win both games. So what's that resiliency like to see from that team, and how do you?
Yeah, they are tricky, and I thought they came out and they were the aggressor. To get down 4 runs on opening day, I thought our guys hung in there. They battled back. It's a lot to ask from Spivey. I mean, you don't understand. Pitcher getting hot last night, and his adrenaline's going. He's ready to go out there and get the ball. It was like him throwing a bullpen the day before the start, which normally wouldn't do that, but. Of course, he battled. He gave us a chance to win, and I thought all of our relievers in both games came in and did a really good job.
Talk about Zach Root's performance.
I just grabbed him, and I gave him the shirt after the first game. That's when the momentum changed in game 1 is when he came in the game, and he was electric, and I think he went 3 2/3. But, we were able to get our feet underneath us, but he was in the zone, pounding the zone, looked really well. But I just grabbed him and said, hey, if you don't change the momentum in the first game, who knows what happens in the second game, because we might lose the first game. So he did an outstanding job.
And Justin getting 7 hits today over 2 games, is that just sort of a testament to just what he did in the offseason to kind of get him ready?
Yeah, I mean, he's been in our program for 4 years. He's worked his tail off. But Crystal's hurt, so he didn't have a choice really but to catch 18 innings. He was actually cramping up in the second game. But I'm so proud of him because he's a guy that came in here, not a lot of expectations when you look on the recruiting front, and he's worked his tail off, and he's done a great job.
Was that kind of something you tried to do, Coach, is not make the guys play all 18 innings? I know a few of them did, but were you just trying to get...
No, we really have 2 frontline catchers, and then we have a freshman, Nick DeLisi, that's, continuing to get better, but at this point in time, it's Justin Wilcoxon until Rod McChrystal gets back and gets healthy.
You talk about infield adjustments and just at shortstop, and what were some of the things that were
around? Joey is the older guy. He started game 1, he didn't do anything wrong, and then Nate Chrisman, the freshman, got a start in game 2. He made some good plays. You'll see both those guys play for sure, and then Raz came off the bench and got a pinch hit at bat, and you'll see him, bouncing around from shortstop to second and third as well.
Obviously, the big thing is to win the game, but is it nice to win big enough that you can get Rasmussen and Dixon Williams in there and give them their first collegiate?
I mean, it's always great to get the guys in real games when, they work their tails off in practice too. We're not in the business of Little League where everybody's got to play. We're in the business of winning baseball games, but it's good to get those guys in the game.
The first start for Trey Savage as well. What are your kind of thoughts on his, 5 innings for him?
Yeah, he wasn't very good as far as being sharp early. Coach Knight and I were in the dugout talking like, man, this is the worst he's looked in all the entire preseason. But I thought the 4th and 5th inning looked really well. They did a good job as far as taking away his fastball, and he kind of had to pitch backwards in those 4th and 5th innings. But it was good to kind of see him become dominant there in the 5th inning for sure.
Coach, Dixon Williams, local kid, got his first career hit, and a nice one down the line. I mean, it's got to feel good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dixon's got a bright future in our program. He did cost JC an RBI, which I told him. I said he can pay JC back for that because he didn't go halfway with 1 out. But no, it's good to get those guys in the game.